Hi everyone and welcome to Yoga with Leif. My name is Leif and in this video we're going to be going over Surya Namaskara A or Sun Salutation A. First what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate a full Sun Salutation A and then we're going to go over it step by step, and I'm also going to explain a little bit like some modifications and things you can do to adjust the Sun Salutation for your practice and wherever your practice is at the moment. But first, if you haven't seen my previous 3 videos, the ones about the bandhas or the internal locks, or the ujjayi, the active breathing, or how to use your hands and your feet, I definitely recommend that you go and check those videos out, because all those foundations, those basic ideas and ways of thinking, how to use your body and your breath, we're going to be using those right now in this video, in this Sun Salutation. So go check those out or just continue watching. Of course, it's up to you and you can watch those later if you haven't seen them already. But let's get to the demonstration. Sun Salutation A. Okay, so this is the more traditional way of how the Sun Salutation A is practiced. And although there are probably an infinite amount of ways that you can modify this, there are a few key things that are nice to keep in mind. So we'll go through it step by step and I'll talk you guys through it and give a few modifications and things you can think about here and there. If you'd like, you can start with your feet under your hips, or you can have them a little bit together. Now, the bandhas, right, the internal locks, we have them on. The ujjayi breath is going in and out, in and out. We're pushing our feet, we're spreading our toes into the mat, and then we're finding a nice straight body, but also relax. Try to relax where you can. So notice that you're not tensing your thighs too much. You're not sticking your butt out or tucking under, but you have your hips underneath you. Your stomach is in. Maybe think of bringing in your ribs slightly, sending out energy through our fingers up through the top of our head. And from here, we're going to breathe in, raise the arms up above the head. Here, if we don't have such a straight body, that's okay. We can gaze up towards our hands, maybe our arms a little bit more forward. We can watch out here that we're not going to be sticking our rib and our chest out, but we want to keep that long, straight line. And on an exhale, we're going to fold all the way forwards, coming all the way down. Ideally, we'd like to have our hands around where our feet are, but depending on where you are in your practice, you might want to bend your knees here. Absolutely feel free to do that. There's nothing wrong. Maybe you get your hands down, maybe you don't get your hands down. Maybe you have a few blocks that you can use, or maybe you're standing here or something like that. But at least on an exhale, we fold forward. On the next inhale, we want to try to straighten the legs and our back and gazing forwards. Maybe our hands come up off the mat. That's all right. And then on the next exhale, we're going to transfer the weight into our hands. So here, remember spreading, pressing our hands down. And we're going to do a little hop or a jump back to a plank. And then ideally straight down into chaturanga. Now a couple of modifications here would be when you're transferring the weight, you can step back with both of your feet. Or maybe you can do a little float and then come all the way down. On the next inhale, we're going to be going into upward facing dog. So we have a little rolling over the toes. We're coming up. Now here, you want to be really gentle. Think that your shoulders are right above your arms. Remember the rotating the inside of the elbows forwards. Here, you want to think of pushing the top of your feet into the mat. So we have active thighs. Your butt's a little bit active here too. And we're going to be letting the hips come down towards the mat. Think of opening the heart and the chest, and then lengthening the spine and the neck, and the gaze is diagonally upwards. Then on the next exhale, think of pulling the abdominals in, leading with your hips, rolling over the toes, and coming back into down dog. Usually here, you'll take 3 to 5 breaths. Now to find the length that you want to have between your feet and your hands, if you were to come forwards to a plank pose, and then send your hips back, that's ideally the length that you want to be working on. So after 5 breaths, you can breathe in, look forward, find some length in the body.
pressing the hands into the mat. Exhale, bend the knees, and then we can walk, we can jump, or we can float to the hands. So walking would be like this. Jumping would be like this. Or if we're floating, then we want to have more control in our arms and our shoulders and try to gently land without a sound. Spreading the toes, breathing in, finding length. On the next exhale, we're going to fold forwards. And then on the next inhale, active inside thighs. We're going to be coming all the way up with a straight back, arms up, and breathing out, the hands come down. And then you can repeat as many times as you want. And I'll be making another video where I'm just doing sun salutations. So, oh, sorry, I'm like dripping sweat. It's really warm in here with lights and it's a small space. Anyways, I will be doing another video just doing a bunch of sun salutations in a row, and then you can follow along that. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, let me know down in those comments, and consider subscribing if you want to become a part of this community. Peace, namaste, and have a fantastic day.